Now we'll take a closer look at all of the components that come as part of the Chasing Dory underwater drone kit. And we'll start with the power supply. This is a universal power supply. It works all over the world. It'll charge at 120 or 240 volts at both 50 and 60 hertz. It outputs 12.8 volts DC at 3 amps, which means it'll take about 2 hours to charge the drone. It comes with a short connection cable. This end plugs in here, this end plugs into the drone, and you can start charging. The unit also has a universal connector on this end, so it works with a lot of different outlets across the world. I live in the US, so I'll use this one. You basically just push it down and twist it, and you'll hear a click, then it's locked into position. If you have to change that, hit that tab right there, and you can unscrew it and put the next one on. Now we'll take a look at the tether that connects the drone to the buoy. The tether is your connection point between the buoy and the drone. Both ends of this are exactly the same, so there's no polarity. You can put either one on either end. You can tighten these up, and there's an O-ring inside there to keep water out. The material this is made of is an extremely durable material, and it's buoyancy neutral, which means you can put it in the water, it's going to float on the surface, it's not going to sink and get snagged on things, and it also is a special type of material that doesn't kink really well, and it doesn't wrap in on itself, so you're not going to have to worry about big knots of this thing in the water. It's very easy to lay out in the water and very easy to pull back when you're done swimming. The buoy is your connection point to the drone when it's swimming underwater. This will float right on the surface of the lake or the bay you're in. Underneath, the tether connects here, and this has a Wi-Fi connection in it, which is how you make connection to the drone from your phone. There's a Wi-Fi address on the top of this. When you first boot it up, you'll find this Wi-Fi point, you'll make a connection to it, start the application, and you can start swimming. All the control for the drone, both swimming, lights, pictures, video, are done through the application over this connection to the Wi-Fi. Now let's take a look at the drone. The unit is completely sealed and watertight. There are no memory cards to change or batteries to swap out. The only connection you'll need to make is right here in the back, and that's where the tether plugs in. Make sure it's firmly seated, and you finger tighten that collar on there to keep water out of the unit. Make sure you do all that before you throw it in the lake. As far as propulsion goes, you've got 2 thrusters in the back and 3 thrusters across the top. Now these thrusters handle horizontal movement, these 3 thrusters handle ascent and descent in the water. Now what's unique about this drone, and I think it was an industry first, is Chasing Innovation was one of the first companies to actually add 3 thrusters in that vertical position. Most other companies that build an underwater drone have 2 thrusters in the back or on either side for the horizontal movement, and they've got 1 big thruster in the middle for vertical movement. So it does a good job of ascending and descending, but because we've got 3 thrusters, what this drone can do is not only be very efficient in the way it comes up and down in the water, but more importantly, I can turn them on at different speeds and have it look up 45 degrees or look down 45 degrees. So how cool is it that you're swimming through the water with this thing looking down at the coral as opposed to being down at eye level with it? Really innovative product. As far as the aerodynamics go, you can see this is a very aerodynamic product. They've got protection in for the motors to keep debris out of there. We've got a really nice cone shape on the front. The water will split very easily and then sweep along the back. They've protected both of the thrusters in the back. They're both recessed. On the front, you've got the high-resolution camera. Again, there's plenty of protection around that. High-resolution camera. You've got 2 Cree lights on either side, 250 lumens each. And again, on each side, you've got aerodynamic fins to keep it level in the water, and the same up top to keep it from squiggling in the water like that. So overall, they've done a fantastic job with this. Another fin on the bottom. They've done a great job with the design of this. And again, from a size perspective, that's my hand on top of it. So it's an incredibly compact unit with just a ton of electronics packed inside of it. I hope that overview was helpful in showing you just how cool a product this Chasing Dory underwater drone really is. I'm blown away by the amount of engineering that went into this tiny little package. When you think about building a drone that's waterproof, that can go underwater to 15 meters, swim around, take high definition video and pictures, 250 lumen lights on the front to light up the underwater landscape, and giving you complete control from your smartphone, it just blows me away that technology's gotten to this point. And those wizards over at Chasing Innovation have taken all the technology they've built into their larger drones and shrunk it down inside of this Chasing Dory. And I've spent a couple of weeks with it now swimming all over New Jersey, and man, I'm telling you, it's a whole lot of fun. So I love it. I'm a big fan of new technology, and if I can get under the water and do a little investigation in the lakes around my home, that's a cool Saturday afternoon. So thanks an awful lot for watching, and until next time.